Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday afternoon. I have recently gotten into the show Unexpected, which is kind of like the better produced little sister of Teen Mom or 16 and Pregnant from MTV. But this is actually produced and shown on TLC. TLC seems to be sort of the house of almost all of the most talked about reality TV these days, anywhere from Counting On to Sister Wives to Unexpected to Little People, Big World, the Goslings, 90 Day Fiancé is their big one. Well, Unexpected it's in its third season and it's currently airing on TLC on Sunday nights. One of the moms, McKayla, has been agitating viewers, I'll just say that nicely, this season because of some shenanigans she's been having with her baby daddy, Kailyn. She is already the mother of one child, Timothy, and during the start of this season was pregnant with their baby number 2 at 18 years old, and she gave birth 3 weeks ago, on the show. The baby now is, I think, 8 months old or 9 months old. But she gave birth to a little girl named Mikayla. There's been a lot of back and forth going on, and currently on this week's episode, she tells everyone that she has a new boyfriend, and there's no name of him. They don't really say anything other than she met him while she was still pregnant with Grayson, and she had not actually done anything with him until she had her daughter. She was living with Kailyn up until shortly before she had Grayson, and moved out of the house that they shared. And on the show said that she had left the house because she felt like he wasn't contributing to the family, wasn't helping with the kids, was always alone. Kailyn was saying that he was always working and he didn't have time. And when he wasn't working, sometimes he came home and wasn't as helpful as he could have been, but was doing his best to help bring in income for the family. Now, when she got angry about this on the show, this created an uproar on social media, and she defended her choice by tweeting these statements. She said, "So I'm getting a lot of comments from last night's episode. Me and Kailyn were not happy and going through a ton at that point, and I'm sorry, but when someone calls you a bad mom and tells you that you're doing a horrible job at raising your kids, you don't just sit back and take it, especially when you're the one raising the kids 24/7. Yes, I have help from my grandparents, so I didn't have help from my significant other like I should have. Did he work? Yeah. Did he come home from work to be a dad? No. That might be enough for some of you guys, but not for me. I was bringing in over half of our income at that point too. Don't forget, I make money off of YouTube. So did he provide everything for us? No. You guys know nothing. Just because he was working didn't mean he spent what he made on things we needed and on our family. I made the best decision for me and my family. I don't have to be with Kailyn for it to be the best thing for our family, period. People need to stop assuming things. It's reality TV. Things are cut and edited. There was a lot more to that argument than what you saw." Now, this was in response to Kailyn's mother, Shelly, bringing together both Kailyn and her, Shelly, with her grandparents, Mikayla's grandparents and Mikayla's mother, at a dinner where everything blew up, nothing got resolved, and Shelly called Mikayla a broken little girl, and Mikayla stomped off. Absolutely nothing was resolved. Kailyn screamed at everyone, told everyone to get out of their business, and basically said that he and Mikayla needed to be the ones to figure all of this out. So on the season, they are currently broken up, and this past weekend she introduces that she has a boyfriend, and there's not a whole lot going on with Kailyn. In fact, you don't really even see him this past weekend, and she basically calls him worthless. Seriously, she says he's a worthless father, he was a worthless boyfriend, and he didn't help at all with the kids, rarely saw them, and wasn't contributing financially at all. Grandma and Grandpa always say whatever Mikayla thinks and basically just regurgitate whatever comes out of Mikayla's mouth, and are fully supportive of Kailyn being a deadbeat dad in their eyes because that's what Mikayla tells them. So what was crazier in the last week's episode was that she had already introduced this boyfriend to her grandparents, to which Grandpa said he really liked this guy, he liked sports, he could talk to this guy about sports, and Grandma was giving him the seal of approval. Again, odd, given that she had literally just had a baby that was only not even maybe a month old at this point, but I digress. Well, Mikayla on YouTube in the last few weeks has been kind of teasing that this relationship might be getting onto the side of mending, because a couple weeks ago she posted on YouTube that she and Kailyn were working on a co-parenting relationship and discussed how they had agreed to Kailyn getting to see the kids every Sunday for 4 hours with supervision with her there. And then for the next 4 weeks, he would get unsupervised visitation with the kids by himself at his place. Now, she admitted in that video that she did all the wrong things. She kept her kids from Kailyn. She withheld them out of her own anger. She didn't allow him to be the father that she knew that he wanted to be, and was petty in what she was doing to Kailyn. She admitted that she had made mistakes and that she was hoping that they could repair, like that Kailyn could move forward, they could repair their relationship in terms of like being better co-parents. Then the next video that she uploaded was a video where she talked about a visitation that she had where she actually filmed a visitation between Kailyn and the kids, except she was there. So the video basically it's them going out to dinner, it's them at her place, it's them like as a family having lunch together. It appeared like things were kind of chummy. Kailyn was there petting the family dog. The kids were like loving being with their dad. So that had a lot of people speculating, like, are they back together? She was really coy about it and said nothing at the time, only that they were co-parenting. Well, today, she actually confirmed that she and Kailyn are back together via Starcasm. I'm not even lying. So she goes from, we're co-parenting, he's getting visitation, we're going through the courts to get him visitation, to now we're back together and we're being a family. She even shared photos on Instagram of them at the pumpkin patch on Sunday. So this would be corresponding with a day that Kailyn has time with the kids. And she said, last year I was pregnant with Miss Graceland when I came to the pumpkin patch. This year she got to have fun with the family. And she referred to it as the family. So she shared photos of not only Mikayla, of her with the kids, but also she shared photos with Kailyn. So he was at this pumpkin patch too. So there he is with Grayson. And then there he is with Timothy. So obviously that got a lot of questions brewing, and so Starcasm reached out to her to find out what is going on, and she actually admitted that she and Josh, that was the name of the boyfriend that she had, broke up, and that she was back together with Kailyn. She says, according to Starcasm, she said that Josh was just acting like a teenager at age 24 and that they had broken up. She said he's keeping up with my life online and commenting on anything he can for whatever reason. He's spreading lies about me and Kailyn on the internet, once again for attention. I feel disgusted, and I even gave this person a chance. He was self-centered and insensitive. That is even more noticeable now. Maybe one day he'll move on and grow up. And Starcasm spoke to Josh, who basically said, I never wanted a following. I wasn't even on the show because that's how uninterested I was in it. He says TLC made him multiple offers to be on the show. He and TLC could not come to an agreement in terms of what amount of money would be acceptable for him. And so he was actually not ever filmed. And he says that they offered him $500 just to film walking out of a door leaving for church, just to show that she had moved on. He said that they also offered to fly him out to New York for the tell-all to give give him my own room. And he says, I was assuming that they're going to pressure me in person to do an interview or something. I don't know why else they would even offer me that. Anyways, I declined the offer because I didn't want to take Friday off of work and spend my weekend in a studio. So Josh and her breakup, the filming of the tell-all was actually not that long ago. I believe it was in September, because she posted photos on Instagram in New York with the other girls. Now she's telling Starcasm that she and Kailyn are getting to know each other again, and that he is a completely different person. She said Kailyn is there for the kids now, and he's kind. He's there for me, and he's proven to me that he really wants to put in some effort to be a good dad and boyfriend. She insisted that she's being cautious. She says we're taking things slow and getting to know each other once again. We are working through our issues. I'm proud of Kailyn, and where he is now, people need to give him more credit. People need to give Kailyn more credit. Am I the only one that finds that statement interesting? Because I kind of felt like Kailyn was trying, but he had a lot of roadblocks with her grandparents constantly making things impossible for him to see the kids, with her constantly like calling him worthless and a piece of crap. And I mean, those weren't her words, but that's basically how she's always just like, well, if you don't want to be here, that's fine. Like on the day of her birth, she was like, not even progressing, and he says, well, I'll be back in a few hours, because he wanted to go get some sleep. And then they're all like, well, he's gonna miss the birth. It's like her grandparents and her constantly are setting him up to fail before he can even like fail. So I, as Kailyn, would probably have been in the same right at 20 years old, feeling like, why would I want to be here with a bunch of people that literally hate me and want me to fail? It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. She says, well, if he's not going to be here, what else is he going to miss? Like, is he going to miss her wedding? Is he going to miss this? Is he going to miss that? Like, she often would talk about like Kailyn making a mistake that he would never make, and then would like get mad about it, and then he would surprise her, and then she'd be like, well, that doesn't impress me. Like, there was really no pleasing Mikayla. It could have been that she was pregnant. You know, hormones can make us do some damn things. It could be that her grandparents always give in to her as a parent by how they treat her, and they always would like talk badly about her, about Kailyn, and be okay with Mikayla talking badly about him. It's such a messy relationship. So now they're going to work through this. And I hope it's not even Kailyn that's gotten better, but rather that Mikayla has done some growing up in this situation too, because she's not blameless at all. She's the one that admitted that she was withholding her kids from him. And she was also the one that admitted to being petty. So I hope some growth happened on both of their ends. And I hope that Grandma and Grandpa stay out of this relationship, because I do think that Grandma and Grandpa tend to be her biggest enablers, have created the monster that is Mikayla. And hopefully if she can get back together with Kailyn, maybe they can move out of Grandma and Grandpa's house, where she can actually learn some life skills that are not just Grandma and Grandpa taking care of the kids, Grandma and Grandpa taking care of everything else. Mikayla has some growing up to do, let's just say. Now, not only did this create issues for Kailyn, but it did create issues for his mother, Shelly. And interestingly, Shelly was posting on Instagram photos of her time with the kids. So this reunification has not only been good for Kailyn, but it's also been good for Shelly, because Shelly's posting photos of her with the grandkids, which up until recently she had not been allowed much time with them. Mikayla on the show was basically like, I don't ever want Shelly to spend any time with my kids. Mind you, Shelly is literally like probably the most reasonable one of this entire bunch, and has tried her best to make things work and mediate, but it's always everyone else's fault but Mikayla's. So I guess congratulations to Mikayla and Kailyn for getting back together. I hope this go round they are both better, but mostly I just hope that Kailyn or Mikayla realizes that she should probably be a little bit nicer to Kailyn and give him a chance to actually move forward and do things before believing that he fails and then getting mad at him when he doesn't live up to the expectations that she doesn't tell him that he needs to live up to. Like with Kailyn, there is literally no winning in that relationship. So I guess, I don't know. I don't even know if Kailyn's like, oh God. This relationship is going to blow up at some point. I just have a feeling. If you think that it's going to end again, let me know in comments. If you think this is like crazy for Kailyn to take her back, let me know. I kind of think like Kailyn is the saint in this situation, but that's just me. I would love to hear your insight in the comments below. I'll be back in a little while with more. Bye, guys.